Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sajabana channel. Today, Sajabana Games, and we're playing Nightingale. And today I want to talk to you about one of the reasons I love this game, and maybe try and offer a few tips to help you all be more successful if you choose to play it. So, what I really like about this game, I think what makes it stand out from some other crafting survival type games, um, other than its art style and game environment, which is a little bit like medieval fantasy steampunk. So, yeah, is the crafting system. So I like the crafting system and how detailed it is. Just kind of almost like unlimited options for how things can be put back together or put together. So let's start with just a simple, real simple example here. So one, if you want to craft an item, like let's just say a set of refined climbing picks, right? So you click on the refined climbing picks, you see what the station has, but the station has augmentations for one, and those augmentations offer different bonuses. You can see if I make a pick right now, it's some of the base things that are gonna impact it is magic power, the melee damage, and critical damage, and then there's a durability, right? So that's the base, and some of that could be from these things here. So slotted augments, right? The sawhorse gives the tool durability, max stamina, melee damage for hammers, and weight limit for clothing. So I would assume this is considered a tool, so it's got the durability bonus, which is why down here in durability there's a green, right? And then there's the simple saddle rack. Again, for ranged things, it's got damage bonus or clothing as range damage. Sorry, um, ranged weapons get critical damage, and then one-handed range tools get range damage. So this is just some of the bonuses, right? So you can see here um, that really isn't helping this item per se. And then there's the training dummy. It's critical damage for a tool, which is why you can see we get the green on the critical damage here. And then and there's another critical damage. Plus there is melee damage for one-handed melee tool. So that's maybe no bonus there. This um, and then stealth for clothing. So you can see these things. And then if you click on these, or sorry, go back to station augmentation, here you can see what's equipped for this current crafting session and then what's available, right? And you'll be able to read under everything that's available what you can do. So these are just things you built that are in range that fit this station. And some things will work with multiple stations, so they have different uses. Like the rain barrel impacts more than just the workbench. It also can impact um, your planting plots and stuff like that, where you grow your things, replant and grow what you want. So, anyways, here you can click on things and you can go through and choose and change what you want. So, like we were saying with the clothing item, uh, crafted range, crafted one-handed range. So this simple saddle rack isn't helping us at all. So let's replace it, right? Let's see. We'll replace it with what? So sickles, the wheelbarrow, that's stuff for sickles, cartography for. Oh, look at that climbing pick speed. So we wanted the cartography set has a bonus for this. So if I change that, now I go back to the recipe, we can see. Oh, well, looks like I don't see it yet. Refine climbing picks. All right, but it should give me for the climbing pick. It should give me a max stamina bonus. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the next item. So here we have the ingredients doing this. This takes ingots and lumber. So if I click on the ingots, there's a lot of options, and some of these can be refined into other things. So if you hover over each of these different ingots here, you can see on the right there, it'll tell us what it does, critical damage for the 10, and it looks like, and the etched really doesn't have an attribute bonus. It just has a weight difference. So per unit, I think there's a weight difference between 10 and etched 10 or something like that. But yeah, so we get 10. We got etched shimmering, which I think this is etched shimmering 10, but let's see here. This gives us critical damage and magic power. And then we got this one here, gives us melee damage and whatever that word is, maleficium resistance. So resistance against like the magic of the bad guys, basically. And then zinc, melee damage, right? Again, shimmering ingot, but this is not etched shimmering. And it's got the same critical magic. So you can see there's a variety of things here. And then you got like brass, so as you get more rare, sometimes you get like 3 bonuses instead of 2. This one, yeah, there's just a weight difference between the etched bronze and nope. So melee range and durability, melee critical and durability. Okay, so sorry, I was thinking of the. Okay, here we go. Bronze etched versus bronze. Yeah, that's the one. I was thinking it's like the same. So one thing you'll notice is when you look at the etched versus the non-etched, the same material. Typically the bonuses are the same, and what you'll see is this one is 1 kilogram each. This one is 0.5 kilograms each. So usually you'll see a weight difference between the etched and non-etched. I'm not sure yet what other differences there are between the etched and non-etched, but I'm sure I'll get there. So anyways, so for these picks, these are for climbing, so I'm not really necessarily too worried about damage and all that kind of stuff. So what do we want to equip here? Usually when it's something like this first run, I may just want to, again, if it's not like my primary attack weapon or something I'm going to use frequently, if it's more for like climbing, I may just want to pick something that I have like a lot of, right? So I got a lot of bronze, so I could do bronze and get melee and critical and durability. That's not bad, because you could hit somebody with this. So you pick the bronze, right? And it'll update here, tell you the max stamina now. Different things are going to come through, right? And you can see the stamina. I think it just took a minute to update the workstation. So if I click none here, yeah, my stamina is still there. So it just took a moment for the station augmentations to catch up. But so let's go back. Let's pick the bronze because we have a lot. You can see here all the attributes update. And then like lumber, you can see I got a lot of different types of lumber. So I have normal vanilla lumber, just offers injury resistance. I got this special lumber here. I don't have a lot of that, so I probably want to be a little bit careful with it. And I also have this other stack of the same. Not sure why. Looks like one is considered more rare than the other, and it offers more range damage, which is odd. Usually the lumber is the same, with the same name and the same attributes. Anyways, normal lumber. I got this lumber here, corrupted lumber, which offers health regeneration and resistance. The ribbon melee damage injury resistance. Maybe from climbing and resistance might be useful. And then this Jotun wood. So max stamina, critical damage. I think in this case, the injury resistance and ribbon wood, which I have a lot of, seems like a good fit. So let's go ahead and craft this, and you can see before you do what your bonuses will be. So we can craft that item. So that's kind of what's neat about it is, between the station augmentations and choosing the different materials, there's a lot of possibility in what you create and how you balance out what attribute bonuses you get. You could really try and stack up certain things and different ways, and this applies to both your tools, your weapons, and your clothing. So look, quick tip on clothing items. So I go to my clothing workbench. So on the clothing workbench, or the sewing bench, you'll notice some stuff like if I click an elegant shirt, so it needs cloth, thread, and buttons. All right, so there's a couple different things that it requires. Also, again, the stations matter, right? But what's going to apply here? So for clothing, I get stamina regeneration. I get max stamina for that one, and I get durability. So, and we see a couple different things that are going to impact here, and you can see how they're going to play out. We can play around with the augmentations, but just some other things to think about. Buttons are made from ingots. So there are tin buttons, there are bronze buttons, there are zinc buttons. All the different types of metals you get that we used in the last step to make the climbing picks, you can use to make different buttons. Then there is the cloth. Cloth is made from thread. And what's interesting about that is I can do like this thread here made from fish. And then I can do a cloth made from the same fish or a different fish. So, because I've been making cloth from fish fabrics and stuff. So it's just kind of how that works. Is things that the attributes carry through the production chain. So you can see fire resistance and environmental differences kind of swapping out here. Right, I can get a lot more environmental resistance and a little less fire resistance. And I also get a little bit less health generation if I go with the leaf fin. Right, so you can do the leaf fin, soldier fish, whatever, and then so that's just how that works. And then for the buttons, it looks like right now I only have 10 buttons. So if I wanted to craft that, I could get these different varying bonuses. Which the fish thing is where I was going to get to a tip here. So you have your stations, and you can set up people to collect different resources. The fishing seems simple, but it's really valuable. Hunting is interesting because from hunting you can get hide, and right now I'm only on the second realm, but I get predator, prey, and bug. I get meat, predator, prey, and bug. Bones, predator, prey, and bug. Now the meat can be turned into fiber, and the fiber can be turned into like twine or thread at your sewing, at your spindle. The fish can also be turned into fiber and then thread and cloth and things like that. So that's an interesting fact. And one quick note on that, let's go over to our spindle here so everyone can see it. When I go to make a thread or a twine, but you can see it needs fiber. But I can get plant fiber. The most basic one offers no bonuses, but I can just make my material. I can get just bug animal fiber. You can see I got a lot of that because I like the bonuses from it as far as which ones come from my hunting station. Then you got bound fiber. I don't have any right now, so you can't see the bonuses, but it's fine. Animal fighter predator, you can see you get max health, right? So bugs give me stamina regeneration and health regeneration. Predators give me max health. And then you got some different plants, max health. Bound fiber from like killing enemies. Get stealth rating and resistance. And then we also get the non-advanced bound, which is just a little less, but the same two bonuses. And then animal fiber from fish. So you can see the fish one gives me max stamina regeneration, and environmental resistance. Some of my favorite fibers that I can create for bonuses that are just easy to get a lot of come from the fishing. So let's go back over here. So you can see the catfish. This is the most basic one, the trout. And then we get this Gurnard, whatever. I can't pronounce it right, probably. This will offer some okay bonuses, but the better the fish, the longer it takes. So let's just do this real quick. Let me see if I have some extra people. Let's collect some different fish here. I think we can put multiple people on fishing. Yeah, so let's just collect a little bit of each. Whoops. Oh, I guess it won't let me do that? I thought it would. Okay, so it won't let me do multiple same time on different resources. You might thought that was possible, but maybe not. Or maybe not for fishing. Let me see if I can farming. No. Okay, so you can see the berries are going on much faster than the wheat. So, all right, and maybe I just have to create multiple stations. That might be the thing. I haven't done this yet. But, all right, anyways, so they collect the things, different materials, whatnot. Let's look. Actually, you know what? Here, I have fish to show the different bonuses. So here's some of the different fish. So the trout, right? The attribute bonuses. It gives health, stamina, health regeneration, and fire resistance. The catfish gives health and stamina, a little less stamina regeneration, health regeneration instead of max limit increases. And then environmental resistance. And then there's the other one I just haven't got yet. So I did what? We got the trout and the catfish here. Let me get the other one real quick. We'll get the bonuses on that. This one. So there's this one. Then there's also, those are the 3 fish you can get. So one another thing to remember here, um, you can get like 3 types of fish here. If you go fishing, you will find more fish, different types. Just like in the farming, you can grow more things in the planters that you manually plant and harvest than what you can collect here. This list is not connected to what you're actually planting, what seeds you have. There's no relation. This is more about the world you're in and what they can collect. Same goes for this list here. You know, the meats are pretty simple. Only thing I wish was the meats were and hides were a little bit more like the fish, right? Different fish have different bonuses. I wish different predators, because there are more than one type, had a wider range of bonuses for the different materials, um, and things like that. Same goes for the mining station. I can get quartz for glass, tin for ingots, and then just crude rocks and stone or sandstone. Um, in my environment here, I can get like blackstone, blackstone slate, whatever. You can also get a different kind of gem for amber glass, like red glass. So these things are tied to the world you are in, but do not represent necessarily the top tier um, things. Some things will come slower if they're more rare. Some things will go faster if they're easy. Again, like blueberries versus wheat, or like the different types of fish. So the better the bonuses, the slower it goes. But regardless, either way, not everything available in the current world or even in your current base is available through here. But so again, back to the fish. The fish offer good bonuses. Let me see if I have some in my crates here. I think I have some, just so I can show you what the bonuses on the fish are. Okay, here you go. So here's some more fish. So the muck bellow fish, you can see maximum health and health regeneration, hunger mitigation, and then environmental resistance. Those are some of its bonuses. Here's the catfish again. Okay, here's the Gurnard. It gives stamina, max stamina, and stamina regeneration, as far as and environmental resistance. The forest fish, which is a level 50, it gives max health and health regeneration and magic power. And then the leaf and soldier fish, which this is interesting because this I find to be a higher level and usually harder to catch than this. These are really easy to get. They're like level 20. But anyways, yeah. So get the fish, turn the fish into fiber, turn that fiber into wick and thread, turn the thread into cloth, and make your materials. Use the fish more than the predator's prey stuff. The only exception to that might be, and be sparing with it when you get it and how you use it, because you will probably have a very limited supply. Is some of the boss fights will still yield things like the Jabberwocky that you fight between the first and second realms. Um, It'll drop some meat and hide and stuff. Let's see if we can find it. I should have Jabberwocky meat here somewhere. Um, it drops some meat and hide, and you can use it. There's like the bear, and then here's some. That's just animal fighter. It's the fish fiber. There's also, if I could remember where I put everything. Let's see. This is a felt. There, well, Jabberwocky felt. So the bonuses on that are the range damage, attribute regeneration, and magic powers. So um, yeah, some of the boss things that you find, and there's the hide from that. Again, the bonuses are the same as you convert it from one material to another. So, but yeah, some of those, you're gonna have a very limited supply versus other things you'll find lots of. But yeah. So, anyways, if you like creating, random, unique items, and you like all that detail and managing all that, try and find the best combinations. Nightingale's a pretty cool game for the crafting system. Um, Also, another thing I like related to crafting, I guess, is the harvesting of resources. In this game, the resources do not respawn, or do not respawn a lot, I'll say. Um, so you can see here, like, here's some trees. Here's a tree I chopped down. That tree has not grown back in a very, very long time. But eventually, you'll find there are some creatures, like some spirits that walk around. They regrow the plants and things. You can also get a spell to regrow. So, like, I'll cast the spell here. Um, so I'll cast this spell, and it will regrow things only very close by. So this tree regrew some of these, plants and fiber twigs stuff regrew. But you can see this tree right over here was too far away. It did not regrow. Also, it took a good amount of wear and tear on my axe, which that spell is bound to. So, just something to be aware of. You can regrow. So if you find a group of trees that maybe have a rare wood that you want to collect, you can use your spells to regrow those trees. Just be aware it will, take some damage on your tools. Um, but you can repair them, which just cost essence, which is fine because essence does respawn. You just have to go hunt for it, either killing bad guys or chasing down wisp, and yeah, like that. So, anyways, and you can see here all my different attributes and stuff that stack and things from my clothing, items being carried or equipped, or whatnot. So this is where you'll see all that difference. So, anyways, so this is Nightingale, a little bit about the crafting system and just resource gathering. Remember, trees don't respawn often, but you can cast a spell to regrow small groups of plants if you need to. So, anyways, until next time, this is Sajabana signing off. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That helps a lot. And have fun gaming.